What is going on, YouTubeverse? John Stanek from Johnny Radio here, bringing you another Top 5 on this glorious Top 5 Friday, and I'm so excited. We got through the 1980s, folks. So now we are summing it up with the top 5 songs of the 1980s. Really hard to whittle down, but I think I did it. These are my personal favorites. Let's get right to it. At number 5, Just Like Heaven by The Cure off the album Kiss Me, Kiss Me, Kiss Me. So great. I mean, just from the opening seconds of the drum and bass, like each instrument comes in layered and it's so beautiful. The keys come in next, then the guitar with that that iconic riff. And then of course, Robert Smith with these show me, show me, show me how you do that trick. I mean, come on, man. Such joy in this song, and it's a really difficult feat to pull off an upbeat, joyous song like this where it doesn't feel pretentious in any way, it doesn't feel like hokey, and it just draws you in and really makes you feel pure joy. It's like the ultimate driving song. I love it so much, and that is just at my number 5. So now at number 4, EMINENCE Front by The Who off of their album It's Hard. Bar none, the best song off of that album, and I think their best song from that decade, period. The Who, one of my favorite bands of all time. And you know, this really, I think, not only is it one of their best songs of the 80s, it's one of their best songs, period. Right up there with classics from the 70s like Baba O'Reilly, or from the 60s, like My Generation. The Who are just one of the all-time greats, and this song, like Baba O'Reilly, has this kind of looping synthesizer in it, but it's different in that it has just more of like this loose groove that Pete Townsend does the spectacular lead guitar solo in the beginning over, and then Townsend leads the thing vocally, which lyrically is just like such an amazing, like scathing indictment on really all of humanity in a way, just saying it's an eminence front that we put on. You know, when he says, it's a put on, it's a put on. It's just brilliant lyrically, just listing all these things that, you know, we're trying to hide behind as we get into adulthood. And on top of that, it is just a monster of a track in every way. And it's one that's grown on me through the years. I could listen to it any time of any day. And that's just my number 4. So now at number 3, Overjoyed by Stevie Wonder off of his album In Square Circle. This is just one of the most beautiful ballads of all time, up there with any of Stevie Wonder's great ballads, My Sharia Moore, anything from his 70s period. I believe If I Fall in Love, It'll Be Forever, or just, I mean, the man has countless amazing ballads, but this to me stands as his greatest. I mean, vocally, he's never been better. Just that note that he holds at the end is just spectacular. The music here sounds like it's a mixture of like just this raw sounds of nature almost, which I don't even know how exactly, like what kind of music pad he was playing on the keyboard to create such sounds, but it's just total ear candy from the first second. And the melody, just amazing. The sentiment of this song, it's one of the greatest love songs of all time, and that is just my number 3. So now at number 2, Sledgehammer by Peter Gabriel off of 1986's album So. Such an incredible song, and I know some of you are going to say this song is overrated, man. Like they played it to death in the 80s, especially the music video, which, let's be honest, was so ahead of its time. I mean, the stop motion animation stuff that they were doing in that video, incredible. But forget the video, man. The music is just something out of like it's timeless. The horns, the fact that Peter Gabriel, who was such an unconventional artist coming out of Genesis, and even his early solo career was just really bizarre musically. This was his first foray into doing something that was a little bit more commercial, but yet he did it in a way where he was kind of aping 60s Motown soul music. And you would think he would have just fell flat on his face. But to me, he almost elevated the medium. Like, I love 60s soul and Motown, one of my favorite genres of all time. But the way that the band, especially Tony Levin's bass playing on this song is so huge, and like it's just an epic sound on this thing, especially when the female background singers come in at the end of the song when he's doing that "show for me, I will show for you," and he gets all into it with that, yeah, 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 yeah. Man, I love this song so much. Every time I hear it, I got to put it all the way up to 11 and crank it, man, because it is just one of the greatest, most fun songs you can ever listen to. And that is just at my number 2. So now at number 1, With or Without You by U2 off of the Joshua Tree. Let's just say it, one of the greatest albums of all time, period. And it was hard to actually pick which of my favorite songs from that album to put at number 1. But With or Without You, man, just one of the greatest ballads of all time. It is just on another level. Between Bono's vocal performance, the edge, what he does on guitar is so tasteful and just suits the song perfectly, just from that opening note where it's like this just kind of weird dissonant sound almost that just kind of blends in with the music. Adam Clayton's bass leading the song just with this pulsing rhythm. The whole song is only like 4 notes, but it's just the way that it builds and builds. And that section where he says, "And you give yourself away," and builds up to the "With or Without You," it totally earns that build up. And Brian Eno and Daniel Lanois' production, amazing. And then the end of the song, when you think it's over and it's not, and then Bono comes in with that high falsetto thing, and then Larry Mullen Jr. just takes over and takes it up a notch, and it's just one of the most beautiful songs of all time. And that is my number 1. So guys, I did it. My top 5 songs of the 1980s. Let me know in the comments below what you think. What would your top 5 be? If you're so bold, leave me a top 10. There were so many great songs. I mean, I left off Billie Jean by Michael Jackson, for God's sakes, Purple Rain by Prince. There were just so many amazing songs in this decade, but these were my personal favorites. And yeah, that's it. So let me know if you hate my list. Give me a comment as well. We got top 5s every Friday, guys. So be sure to subscribe, all that jazz. We got album reviews, top 100s, so much more. Thank you for watching. And as always, Viva la vinyl. So guys, thanks so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and be sure to ring the bell for notifications so you can always see great quality content like you're seeing on the screen right now. Thank you so much for supporting Johnny Radio, and I'll see you soon.